Let us go. So right now, I wanted to open up to let everyone know Batman is dead. And then, of course, I'm choosing the first thing that came out from the soundtrack to the new Justice League movie by Junkie XL. So I wanted to go, you know, almost 2 years after Batman sacrificed himself. I don't have a lot of footage anymore to work with Jim Gordon. He's not gone, but he is definitely retired just so we can move on from that whole era and tell a fresh story with some new characters.
Why are we even worrying about the stabilization software? This entire autopilot system is completely obsolete.
Please, I just need to know what I could have done to fix it.
But, Mr. Fox, it's already been fixed. Software patch. 6 months ago.
Check the ID on the patch.
Okay, so what I really wanted to do was I did have it at first where he was saying Bruce Wayne, but I was like, no, that's going to give it away a little too early about, Bruce Wayne perhaps still being around. So let's leave that out. Now, if you turn off and mute that for a second, let me go ahead and turn off the effects. This is what it originally sounds like.
This entire autopilot system is completely obsolete.
Please, I just need to know what I could have done to fix it.
But, Mr. Fox, it's already been fixed. Software patch. 6 months ago.
Check the ID on the patch.
So you can hear the music in the background still. I'm using the center channel. And that's the most important thing that I'll give to all editors if you're starting out is you want to have the 5.1 surround sound or even 7.1, but you want that center channel, and that's all you want. The center channel, usually it always comes with the dialogue and sound effects, but for some odd reason, especially with Christopher Nolan, he fucking blasts this music all in every channel. And it drives me insane. Drives me insane. Because now I have to do more work. So what I did was I actually went into effects. Get rid of my presets there. Went into audio effects and then denoise. So then I just dragged that into the actual audio clip. And I messed with the settings a little bit. Got light noise reduction on 10%. So then when you start this bad boy up, especially with the music playing to help cover up some of those missing artifacts, especially with the freaking music, then you get something not so bad.
Why are we even worrying about the stabilization software? This entire autopilot system is completely obsolete.
Please, I just need to know what I could have done to fix it.
But, Mr. Fox, it's already been fixed. Software patch. 6 months ago.
Check the ID on the patch.
So yeah, after almost 2 years apiece, because I at least wanted Batman to not sacrifice his life for nothing, I at least wanted it to mean something, especially throughout that entire journey of that film where he's constantly losing. I mean, he is losing almost every battle. He's losing people. Bane is too smart for him sometimes. Joker's too smart for him. And he finally is able to win at the end, but he has to, basically sacrifice himself to do it. So I wanted there to be something in there, so that's why I went 18 months later. So you got after 2 years apiece, Gotham begins to decline again because it's Gotham, and that's just what happens. With a rapid growth of new gangs, so this will be able to let me bring in people like Black Mask, Jared Leto's Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, a bunch of a bunch of characters that I can bring in and help flesh out the universe even more. So then, you know, you got the destructive cult dedicated to Joker's ideology. Again, that's back to Joaquin Phoenix just being an isolated individual who literally looks up to Heath Ledger's Joker. I mean, it's like his hero. He sees Ledger's Joker as a god of sorts. So, as you notice here, we're actually going from Suicide Squad to Batman Begins footage, but it's all seamless. It all feels like it's taking place at the same location. So you got your establishing shot, and then we go inside. But this is Batman Begins to show them releasing all the inmates, going back to Suicide Squad to show Harley Quinn. And then we go to the big explosion. Now you'll notice here that there's some missing audio. That is actually him doing some weird like growl thing, and it sounded fucking stupid, so I took it out. Anyway, so then you get into the next transition, which is transitioning into another potential Joker character, and that's Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. And you can tell that he looks super thrilled about it. So now I kind of want to show you some of the color grading stuff I do. So basically we're going to turn this shot, this is what it originally looks like, and we're going to turn it into this. So this is what it originally looks like in the film. So what I like to do is I like to bring up the contrast, so I usually go around 25, but you can tell it gets a little darker, but I like more contrast than not enough. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the shadows, not that far. I'm going to bring it up to about 52-ish. I just want to be able to see details while keeping the contrast. Let's go ahead and turn that exposure up by 0.3, just so you can see a little bit more. And I always turn my saturation down because I like to be able to have more control over the colors. So then I'll come into here, and I like to get my own little creative look in here. So I usually go with Blue Moon. Gives me that nice bluish type feel that I usually go for, but it's too much for me. So let's bring it down. And the vibrancy I actually want to bring up. So you're seeing it's kind of looking not so bad. Let's bring this down a little bit. There you go. Maybe a little bit more. There you go. And then I kind of just go into here. This is my last step usually. And I kind of just play around until I find exactly what I want. Rule of thumb is if you're usually messing with your shadows here and then your highlights are going towards a blue area, you really want to bring the midtones back into the opposite direction, just so not everything is looking crazy. So there you go. A little simple color grading thing, and I just used Lumetri in Adobe. I was using the Red Giant stuff and really expensive softwares, but I could get it all done here, and it still looks just fine to me. Let's play a little, just switching back and forth between original and Original, color grade.
Let's go home.
Alright guys, so that was the first 3 minutes. A little look at everything. Really appreciate you taking the time to check out the video. I'm going to answer just a couple of questions before I end this video. So the first question comes from Connor. What's the edit that you're most proud of? I probably would have said Legion at the time, but I'm thinking now it's going to be the Avengers Dawn of Thanos. And I'm only saying that because I'm really proud of that edit. I'm proud of all the chapters I came out with. Everything somehow connected like perfectly in my eyes, to where I had the story in my head and somehow everything ended up being seamless with finding the right music choices, the color grading, the story itself. Everything just worked out that I had in my head, and I really feel like I perfected my storytelling through that project. So I'm really hoping that Last Sun and Legion and leading up to Star Wars and of course Season 2 of Dawn of Thanos, I just hope I can continue this trend, and I hope that my skills continue to get better and I can continue to tell really interesting, unique stories and keeping y'all entertained at the same time. Who is your favorite editor on the website? So I have a couple. Veditor, of course, being one of them. He's really good technical wise. He's good at being able to figure out the story beats in a movie and enhancing it in a way to where it's better. Like, he was able to make Blade Trinity into a good movie. So that was interesting. He's also working on a Jupiter Ascending fan edit, and that movie fucking sucks. So I don't know how he's going to be able to fix it, but I am super intrigued to see how. Wake Up Kyo, always good at what he does. He just came out with the whole trilogy from the DCEU, which you should really check out on the website. It's fantastic stuff. Danny Scranton, he's asking, is there a way of asking an editor to make a particular edit? So as of now, no, not on the website. You can't, demand an editor or put in suggestions for people to work on. But I am going to add a new section in the forum where you can do that. So editors, if you are part of the website, you can go to that forum. You can see ideas that people have, and if it interests you, you can respond. You can talk to that person directly, and if people want to collab on stuff, you can. So that will be added pretty soon. Guys, I really appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are loving the content I'm putting out. Thank you so much for 8,000 subscribers. That is remarkable, and I am shocked. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. I want to thank everyone who has commented, or even if you didn't like the stuff I'm putting out, thank you so much for at least taking the time to watch and to give me your feedback. I truly appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye, guys.